Hello, everyone. Diana Rankin here with a message from my spirit guide, Philip. And this week, our question from one of our viewers is about animal trauma and healing. It's a fabulous question. I'm an animal lover. I think those of you who watch me regularly are aware. Um, I have the windows open and I just heard an airplane make a rather loud noise, so I apologize for that. But we're having a beautiful day here. And if I can turn the air conditioning off, I will. So we're going to get to the question in just a moment, but I want to welcome everyone. Those of you who come live, I thank you. And those of you who watch and are unable to watch live, I thank you for watching. And I love your comments. I get to them as soon as I can. I want to say if you have questions of a general nature or esoteric nature, those are the questions that we answer for everyone of our whole audience, of interest to our whole audience. If you have personal questions, just give me a call. How to contact me is below. You can email, or on my website is my phone number. You can just pick up the phone and call me. And we will set up a private session for you. But if you have a general nature question, just email me with the question or put it in the comments below. Or if you're live, put it in the comments there and we will get to the question. I want to also say hello, my beautiful friend from Down Under says, hello, Diana and Philip. Thanks for your awesome service to us. Oh my gosh, you're going to make me cry. Thank you. That you can see the emotion. That means so much, because believe me, I wouldn't be doing this if it weren't for all of you, because it's easier for me to stand in front of a crowd of 1,000 and give individual messages or teaching moments. It's easier for me to stand at the university in front of a group of students and teach than it's easier for me to write a book. I don't know why this is more difficult for me, and it doesn't seem to get any easier. So thank you. That means a lot. You can tell. Recompose myself here. But if you have questions of a general nature, just put them in the comments below or put them here live and we get to them. And one of the questions, I believe it came through last week, was about a U.S. question, which does affect the world. And it was, will Trump run again? Instead of answering that on the weekly, the answer came actually on the monthly predictions for August, which I will get out very quickly here. I have to, because the end of the month, I always tend to put that off. But I did write out the answers from Phillip, so I just have to take time to videotape. Probably won't get to it today. Hopefully Sunday, if not, maybe Monday. Probably not tomorrow either. Anyway, I'll get to it just as soon as I can. But the bottom line answer on that, and Philip goes into much more detail, so I hate to give you a bottom line answer, but the bottom line answer is he'll try, but will be thwarted. I even have trouble saying that word, so it was Philip's, not mine, thwarted. So anyway, rough world we're living in right now, and the U.S. seems to be leading that. Anyway, we will get also a message on this video, and I talk a little bit to give those of you who are coming live a chance to get here. So we'll get to the question of the week in just a moment, but I want to also tell you we will get a message from one of my books, which is Philip's books, the Master's Book of Answer by Philip, my spirit guide. And as you know, it's just a oracle book. You just open to any page and there's your answer. And you can do that with any book, even if there's printing and just where your eye goes with that book, which is really how this book came into being, because I've done that since I was a child. If I looked for an answer, I would just kind of look at the bookshelf and pick up the book that called to me, open to any page, and wherever my eye went, that would be my answer. This one just makes it a little bit easier. And it surprises me and doesn't surprise me how the answers always fit what we're looking for or talking about and need to hear. Hello, Lexi Luna. She says, hi, Diana. Happy Friday to you, Philip, and all watching. Looking forward all week to seeing you today, Diana. Sending love and light to you. I'm going to cry again. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to cry again. I need to take a quick drink of water here. Sorry, I hit the microphone. This love that is coming to me is so special from all of you, and I can't tell you how much it means, but I hope you can feel how much it means. And I need to stop or I will start crying. You would think I'm 76. You would think by now I would learn to not cry when I get these deeply felt emotions. And when you tell me how much what we do for you, how much that helps you, that's all we need. That's all we need. Thank you. Okay, here are our questions. Can we assume animals are affected by trauma in a similar way as humans are? And then the second question, which is part of that, is do modes of healing human trauma work on animals, such as sound therapy or body therapies they were asking about? What Phillip says, it always surprises me what he says, and yet it doesn't. It's like, duh. Some of it I already knew. Others, it's like, duh. Why didn't I think of that before? Of course, that makes sense. So that's what our answer does for me. So here's the answer. Let me start over here. If it is remembered that all is energy, that both humans and animals are spirit having an earth experience, the answer seems a simple yes. As this would be true in many, perhaps even most cases, the answer is not quite as simple as it seems. Let us explain. While looking deeper into the situation, we invite you to keep in mind animals you are familiar with. This will give you an insight into our information. If you have, sometimes you've seen Lily on the back, in the chair in the back there. You've all a few years back met Daisy and my beautiful dog. I used to have 5 dogs. Daisy was the 6th where I live here. I had other dogs before. We're down to 3 cats, Lily and Andy. We just lost another one, so I'm a little really emotional today, aren't I? But Andy and his sister Magic. So it's been a year of older animals, but that's part of rescuing animals. We may not have them with us our whole life. And someone said to me, a very wise person said to me, goes back a few years when one of my beloved animals went into cross that rainbow bridge, as we say. And she said, well, the reason animals don't live as long as we would like them to is because there are so many that need love. And so they have short lives, so more can be loved in our lifetime. Okay, so here's Phillip. Let us explain. While looking deeper into the situation, we invite you to keep in mind animals you're familiar with. This will give you insight into our information. How an animal is traumatized and how they react to trauma, as well as how they react to healing therapies, is identical to human trauma and healing. Everyone is an individual and will react differently. That said, there are similar reactions that apply to the majority and similar therapies that help heal most. If we keep in mind we are all spirit, the similarities are easy to understand. This is true of traumas that are both similar and different. Let us use a dog as an example. Let us say the dog was abused and abandoned as a puppy. This often causes mistrust. Once the dog is shown love, affection, fed, and cared for, they will gain trust but may have separation anxiety, if not with the human who cares for them and tends to their needs. And I've experienced that. Daisy had separation anxiety. She hated it when I went away and left her at home because as a puppy. Phillip goes on to say, let us also suppose this animal is calmed by soft music or the soothing sounds of certain healing instruments. This is often the case. However, let us suppose in another life experience, or in this life as a pup, that which is used as an instrument of healing was heard by the pup while being mistreated. The pup would then associate the healing sounds with hunger, fear, and mistreatment rather than the energy of love and kindness. Wow, I never thought of that, and it makes perfect sense. Phillip goes on to say, this is only one example. There are many reasons an animal would be traumatized and not react to healing modalities. There are just as many reasons they would. As with humans, the reason for trauma, whether or not known, will affect the animal. The same is true of healing modalities. Whether a healing method works is to observe the animal during the practice of the chosen healing method and whether progress is made as the days pass. If a method works, continue to practice this healing. If not, try a different method. That which is of the greatest importance. I love this part. This is really important. That which is of the greatest importance is your own energy. If your trauma is in your energy, the animal will pick up on that energy. I want to stop for a moment and tell you something, and then we'll finish the last few paragraphs from Phillip. One of my videos on YouTube is a meditation to find lost pets, and people contact me. I get dozens of emails and phone calls every week, people telling me they're devastated. They can't go on. I can't live without this animal. And what I say to them is very simply, is this the energy you want your animal to pick up on? If you were the animal, how would you feel if your beloved human is devastated and upset? You would feel it's your fault. That's not going to bring the animal home. What we have to do is recognize, as Phillip says, that which is of greatest importance is your own energy. If your trauma is in your energy, the animal will pick up on that energy. They may be the healer for you. However, if you are working to healing the animal, put aside your emotional trauma for the moment and center yourself in love. Simply breathe into your heart and open to love for the animal. Doing so will not only help the animal's healing, it will help yours as well. The animals are healing us as we're healing them. But if we're in trauma, yes, let's let the animal heal us if it's available to do that. If we're healing the animal's trauma, we must put our energy to work to heal the animal's trauma. Means we have to put aside our emotional trauma for the moment and enter yourself in love. Simply breathe into your heart and open to love for the animal. Doing so will not only help the animal's healing, it will help yours as well. There you go, my friends. There you go. And I did not specifically ask Phillip this particular question, but it's coming to mind that I should also bring up those animals, especially dogs and cats, that are healing animals and go into hospitals or nursing homes to help heal other people or children or adults. Those animals take on that trauma. So we want to make sure that if you have a therapy dog, that you also help that animal clear the energy. And you can do that in several ways. You can use energy healing on the dog. You can make sure the dog gets plenty of outside time running and romping and playing and having fun. And I think most people who have therapy dogs already know this, but just putting that out there in case it's not a therapy dog, but it's a dog doing some healing for someone. Not that different from humans, is it? We'll get our message now, shall we? There we go. I'm hearing right. If you heard right, our intuition's in sync, and this is the message for all of us. If you heard left, however, that's a message that you need to pay attention to. So on the right, it says, and we've heard this one before, do not be so busy seeking life that you forget to be life. Do not be so busy seeking life that you forget to be life. We can get so busy in our lives that we forget to take the time. And I just said with your dog, take the dog outside into nature and romp and play. Well, guess what, my friends? We need to do that for ourselves as well. We need to get away from the computers and the phones, and we need to go out and look at the stars. We need to go out and just stand by trees. One of the exercises that I give to a lot of my clients to help them find balance is go and put your spine. Always ask the tree's permission. And if a tree says, ask the tree, may I share your energy? And if a tree says no, don't take it personally. It's not about you. The tree just may not be healthy that moment, or it may just not be available. So find a tree, a nice sturdy tree. Maples don't have deep enough roots, so go with an oak or maybe even a hickory, but get a nice sturdy tree and put your back right up toward into that tree and close your eyes, and you'll feel the energy. Part of you may feel your left side needs a little more light, maybe the right side's a little bit darker, or vice versa. And you'll feel the balance, that tree's energy balancing you. Make sure then you open your eyes and look down into the deep roots to keep you grounded. That tree has deep roots, and then look up because the tree also is soaring way up there. So you can be balanced, you can be deeply rooted to our earth, and you can also soar. So remember, do not be so busy seeking life that you forget to be life. If you heard left, tomorrow is merely an extension of today. Is it not then wise to guard that which your thoughts create today? Tomorrow is merely an extension of today. Is it not then wise to guard that which your thought creates today? It's a rough time we're going through here on earth. I'm not going to say it's not, because it is for the human self. We're going through a lot in our world. We're going through an evolution. We're changing. And so, my friends, that means don't ignore that, but don't get stuck in the anger. Don't get stuck in what's wrong with the world. See what's right, because there's a lot that's right with the world. The only way we can truly work for good change, the only way we can truly make humanity more loving, compassionate, and caring is to be so ourselves. And as we change our pain into love, as we change the trauma the animals felt into healing and love, we change the whole world. I am so grateful. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for those who support this channel. I am so grateful for your views. Until we meet again, be sure and catch those August. I'll get them out in a few days. Thank you. I love you. Thank you for accepting our love. Thank you for the love you send us. Bye for now.